are you all doing? I hope you have had a wonderful Sunday, and I hope that your weekend was just as wonderful as we are moving through the Easter weekend, celebrating our good Lord and all the things that He has done for us. Okay, so come on in. We are getting ready to start our session, family. Getting ready to talk about rebuilding after trauma, building after trauma, building, rebuilding after trauma. That is super important. I want to welcome you all to this space for healing after trauma, finding your strength and starting again. Finding your strength and starting again after trauma can be tough, and it can be confusing, it can be overwhelming, especially when you don't know what to do, especially when you have been through trauma. It can be hard at times. It is hard. Let me just say that. It is hard at times, but it gets lighter along the way. You first have to move forward. You first have to try. It was hard living in that trauma situation, wasn't it? It truly was. It truly was hard, but nevertheless, we are rebuilding over here. If you did not get a chance to look at my previous video about trusting yourself, um, making those small steps to trusting yourself, if you have not watched that, please take a look at that. That will help you pivot into the next phase. And remember, if you want to talk about anything about the healing process, put it in the chat. Also, I am open to you asking me questions about my healing journey. I want to be transparent with you because I want to help you heal. That is the goal here for me in this page. Not just for me to continue to heal, but also for you to continue to heal as well. Healing is a continual thing. It is a journey that we will forever go through. Why? Because there's always things that come our way, some more devastating than others. But healing is a lifelong journey. Why I say that, I'm 42 years old and I dealt with, hey, how y'all doing? Come on in. I'm 42 years old and I dealt with childhood trauma. And dealing with that childhood trauma at 42 years old, of course I'm older, but it's something I'm still living through. I'm acknowledging it, and when it comes up, I address it immediately. Hey, how you doing? Come on in. We're talking about rebuilding after trauma. And as I was saying, healing is a continual thing. So I don't want you to think that once you heal or once you get to a comfortable place, you don't need to heal anymore. You may not need to heal from that particular issue, but there's going to be things in life that could hinder you. But with you having the tools, that's what I want to give you. I want to give you the tools that you need to get through any situation. And disclaimer, I am not a licensed therapist. I'm not a social worker, any of those things. I'm a person who has lived through real life trauma. To give you a bit of background, if you not have not watched my previous videos, guys, I am a woman that recently lived through a domestic. Thank you. You are as well a domestic violence relationship, marriage, for many years. I'm no longer in that situation. I have been relieved from that situation from 20 as of 2021, and also I dealt with other childhood trauma as well. But I'm healing here, and I have healed a lot. But I want to address those things so that way I can help you heal as well, give you those tools that you need to be successful in your healing journey. And again, if you have not seen the previous videos, y'all go check them out. Go check them out because it will help you to continue to heal as well. So tonight we're talking about a dream that I had. I had a dream, and I think it was a message. And it felt like one as well. It felt like a strong message, and I want to share it with you all. I wanted to share it with you all because lot things happen to us all the time. And sometimes the things that doesn't feel so good or look so good, we don't take it as it's a benefit. Sometimes we feel like it's an issue or it's something to hinder us, but that's not always the case. We have to always don't live in our feelings, but pay attention to how you feel. How do you feel in that moment? And I want to talk to you about that dream. And I want to connect you all with the dream. So the other night, Friday night, I had a dream. I was driving down the road. I am a realtor, I'm an auditor, I'm a licensed insurance agent. And this particular job in my dream that I was going to do was auditing. And as I was driving down the road, I got into a curb. And as I was going into this curb that I was unfamiliar with, that once I got into that curb, it was water. I mean, it was a tidal wave of water, and it took me off. I was driving in my vehicle, and it took me and my vehicle off in the water. And as soon as that happened, y'all, as soon as that happened, I it was like I left the car. Like my body was in the car, vehicle, but I wasn't. It was like I was immediately I like stepped off out spiritually and I was watching the whole situation. Now as that happened, I didn't get afraid and I couldn't even speak as well. But what I did notice, now this is a dream. God speaks to us in our dreams sometimes, a lot of times. And I noticed there was two women. One was a nurse. I'm not sure what the other position of the other woman was. But as the car started to drift in the water, I'm looking at the lady that's not the nurse, and I'm looking at her like, you see this car floating off. And again, I'm not speaking, I'm just looking to see how she's going to react. And she said to the nurse, look, there's a car drifting off. And the nurse went to the car, and I said, this is a tidal wave of water, it's the ocean. This is a dream now. The nurse went to the car and pulled me out, and I was unconscious. And she just tapped me on my back very gently, and I came to. And this is me that's being saved from drowning, and I'm looking at what's going on, and I'm calm. And the nurse says, there's a car there to get the car. So the nurse grabs the car out of the water as well and puts me in the vehicle back to safety. And then I wake up. My son wakes me up. I have a 15-year-old son, and before when he gets up in the morning, he likes to give me a hug. So he woke me up, and I gave him a hug. And but the dream was so vivid, I wanted to write it down. So I was glad that he woke me up. So I wrote it down, and I didn't know what to take from that dream initially, y'all. So I talked to God, and thinking about it, and used my resources that I have. And this is what I came up with. What the dream was. Now, when I came to, I wasn't afraid. I have had many dreams. Let me just tell you all, I have had plenty of dreams that scared me. I was totally afraid. But this particular dream, I was not. So, what did the dream mean? I had been thinking about what's my next step. And I've been thinking about removing auditing. Hey, y'all. I've been thinking about removing auditing from my job, from my life, because I want to focus on real estate and insurance. And I have actually took a break, a couple weeks. I took a break from auditing because I wanted to use that time to get stronger in real estate and insurance. And this is my week coming up to go back into into insurance as well. So what the dream was, how all of a sudden I'm in this dream and I'm driving to my auditing job on the weekend that's before me to go back to work, right? This is what I believe the dream meant. I'm getting ready to go down a road that I never went before. And auditing will be part of the dream that part of my life that will no longer exist. Water represents a overflow. Water represents so many things, and it can be overwhelming. It can be overflow, but it's also can mean cleaning as well. And what does a nurse mean? Healing, comfort, revival, right? And that happened to me in the dream. So what I believe that my dream meant was that I am getting ready to go down a road that I have never been before. I'm deciding to leave auditing, and this is fresh for me, guys. I'm talking to you guys in real time. When I say we're healing together, we're healing together. Though I have healed from a lot of things, I'm still going to keep you in real time, okay? So I feel as in my dream was telling me that you're you make some decisions and you're unsure about, but there's going to be some things that happen I don't plan. But there will God will have someone there to cover me and to help revive me and bring me back to safety. And I will stay calm. I was watching. Now remember I told you guys that I was watching spiritually. I was watching myself being was drowning, but I still was calm. So that lets me know I'm in a stronger place. I'm in a healing place, that I am spiritually connected to myself more than I have ever been in my life, where I can see things happening and understand them more and know that I'm still covered, still protected. Okay, so that was truly important to me. So with that being said, that I talked to you guys last week about self-trust. Trusting yourself after trauma can be truly hard, guys. Why is it hard to trust yourself after trauma? Because you was in a trauma relationship and you did not trust yourself, because once you're relieved from a trauma relationship issues, you feel like you start to like think about the things that you've been through and why did I allow myself to go through those things for so long, and you start having a lot of questions about yourself, and that is normal, okay? But now you're now in the rebuilding season, and I understand how that feels like, but you like I told you earlier, it's a continual thing. So now I'm in a situation where I'm stepping up my trust game. Okay, I'm stepping up my trust game in myself. So now is the time to dive in. It's time for me to trust myself. Um, Being safe is something that we all love to do, right? Being safe is something that we love to do because if we're safe, then we won't lose ourselves. We won't drown. All the things. We want to play it safe because we got bills, right? We got families we have to take care of. We have ourselves to take care of. We have all the things that we need to do. So being safe is people would say that's the most responsible thing to do. Let's be responsible. Don't just up and do things. That's the normal things, and that's understandable. But when God tell you that it's okay for you to do something, just do it. Move into it, because you have to have faith. You have to trust this process, trust the situation. And God does not miss. He doesn't miss, he doesn't fail. So I want you to know, last week I told you about setting these small nuggets along your day to gain trust in yourself. As small as telling yourself you're going to get up at a certain time and do that every morning, or telling yourself committing to drinking a certain amount of water, healthy things, because you had done a lot of unhealthy things while you was in a unhealthy relationship, but now you're building these healthy things in your life. And start small as drinking water, getting you enough sleep, listening to positive podcasts, videos, all those things. So you have to do that. So I'm doing something where I'm telling you to do the things that I just said. I've done those. Now I am doing something even greater. And I'm going to be honest, y'all. I am a little bit afraid, but I'm still calm. I'm afraid because I've never done this before, but I'm going to do it. I have to practice what I preach. and I believe in God. So your girl is going to step out and dismiss her auditing career. I'm going to step into insurance and real estate. Now, I already have commitments already with auditing that I've already committed to. So I'm going to commit. I'm going to complete my commitments. Okay, let's get that clear. Okay, so once those commitments has been completed, I'm not going to take on any other contracts. I have to honor myself. And that's something that you do with trust. You honor yourself regardless. You honor yourself with the utmost. So then that way you know, okay, I trust myself even more. It builds confidence in you. When you start to honor yourself, you trust when you start to trust yourself, you honor yourself. And I want you to do that. Honor you. So if you've been listening, you caught the dream, okay? So realizing what direction you need to go in and doing those things is important. Y'all looking at my computer. You all didn't know. Make sure I stay on track. um, Realizing what you have to do and doing it is a big deal. So don't allow yourself to not think that it wasn't, because it truly is. It's a big deal to honor the decisions that you know that you have to make. Being obedient. And if you all know what the Bible says, obedience is very much pleasing to the Lord. Very much pleasing. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it as that. Being obedient. Okay? And don't let me take you to church because I'm. Ah, you want me to? Okay, will. Done. Think about Noah. Noah experienced a word from the Lord about building the ark, right? Why in the world would I build a whole boat and it never flooded before? Most likely this was Noah was thinking, but God told me to do it. So I'm doing it. And he did it. And guess what? He was protected because he followed the steps. Everyone else around him most likely was calling him foolish, didn't understand what he was doing. They never done it before. They was giving him the best advice they thought they was giving. They was People give you advice because they want to help you. But let me just remind you what God said to do. That's what you do because God knows what we don't, the future. A lot of times people gives us advice based off of their past and their experiences or experiences of others that they have seen. That is good. That's called being friendly, and that's just their that our way of looking out for each other. But when God gives you direction, just do it. The best thing you can do. So I trust and believe that this decision that I'm going into is going to be helpful for me. And I want you to know the trauma that you decided to leave from, dismiss from your life, you're also are going to win. You are also going to step into a new situation. It's going to feel scary, but you're going to win because you're being obedient and you're taking care of you, okay? So I want to encourage you today, when you feel a little leery, discomfort because you're stepping into a new situation that you haven't done, you haven't really trusted yourself like you're trying to do, like you're building yourself to do right now. Let me come a little closer. Come. You are doing something that you haven't done before. You are making great decisions to trust yourself. And it's going to feel scary. Why? Because the decisions that you have made in the past, you felt like they wasn't great decisions. And I'm not getting always the best decision. But guess what? You can do this. We are learning. Our past is a platform for us to learn. Okay? Just keep pushing forward. I want to thank you so much for your time. I want to tell you this. I'm not forcing. Remember I told you about the dream. I was calm. I got a text message off my Sorry, guys. I had a text message from my son. Got to make sure he's okay. He's at college. Um, but as I was stating, I'm not forcing what doesn't fit in my life anymore. I'm choosing alignment. Alignment is very important. When you're driving your vehicle, if you all know about driving vehicles, some states you don't really drive. I'm talking about the people who do know how to who are familiar with driving. When you have a car that is out of alignment, that car does not run very well at all. It shakes, or it drifts to one side or the other, and you have a hard time with staying on the road. Same thing when it comes to our life. When we are not aligned with what our purpose is and what we're supposed to do, we will have issues. We will shake. The shaking means that it will be a lot of things that are out of order. Think about when earthquakes happen. Everything falls out of place. Foundation starts to crack. There is open access for things that are not wanted. We're not doing that. So we are being in alignment, and when you go get your vehicle aligned, that's a hard process. That's why you go take it to the specialist so that way they can align your vehicle, right? So alignment is a process that can bring a bit of discomfort and take a little bit of time. But once that vehicle gets aligned, once you have that alignment and you drive that car, it rides so much smoother. So that's what's going to happen to us. We're going to get aligned so then that way we can have a better drive. We'll be able to get to our destination much safer, and there will be a great purpose and a great plan for us. So no, we're no longer forcing things. We're no longer forcing people. We're no longer forcing situations. If God say go, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go. Okay. And I definitely know He's gonna take care of us. So here's my call to action. I want you to reflect on the things that you have outgrown, the things, the people, your things that's connected to you within you. What have you truly outgrown? And I want you to take a small step forward this week to align yourself this week. Take small steps, okay? And eventually those steps will increase. You'll be able to do more. I want you to reflect. What have you outgrown? And what are you going to do to move forward? You are amazing, people. I appreciate your time. And today we have talked about alignment. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. I see you all this week. Typically, I see you all on Sundays and Wednesdays. Okay. Let me just tell you, I see you on Sundays and Wednesdays. But what am I going to start doing? I think I'm going to start seeing you all Monday during the week. No more weekends. No more weekends. I'm going to start seeing you more during the week. Okay. Will I go live? Yes, I will come live, but I also will have videos as well. The lives are always, you can go back and review those. Okay. But I want to help this process speed. I want to speed along this process. Why do I want to do that? Because sometimes we need to go slow. At times we need to speed up. So I want to make it all available for you. So if you are in a season of your life where your pace is picking up, I want to be available for you. If you're in a season where you're going slow and steady, I still want to be there for you as well. You can always take your time and watch the videos, but if you need to see them, they will be there. And I want you to see your girl grow too. Okay, I'm told you I'm transparent over here. And let me tell you something that has truly helped me. I enjoy, and I'm connected to this wonderful young lady. Her name is Donnie Wiggins. She has an actionable CEO group that is transitioning on the 15th, but she still will be doing her thing. She has also a podcast. It's called Fully Transparent, and she's joining forces. Let me see here. What is the name of her? I want to give you this because this has helped me being connected to this platform, Actionable CEO. Your girl is a CEO. I'm a licensed insurance agent. I am a licensed real estate agent. I am a notary. I am a person that loves to direct people into greatness. I am a person that loves people. I definitely love God. And I love to help people grow and be the best them they can be. And how can I help you be the best that you can be without helping me be the best that I can be? Before you can pour, you have to be filled. And I have to keep my cup filled so that way I can pour. Now, Amy, is your girl perfect? I'm not here to betray that I am, but I have definitely overcame a lot of things. So I am definitely capable of helping you get through a lot of things as well. So let's see here. Let me just pull up her page and let's see here. Alright. Donnie Wiggins is a wonderful coach, and she has, like I said, she has a podcast called Fully Transparency. Full Transparency. And she's joining forces with a gentleman that has a she's joining forces with what's his name, she's joining forces with another platform that's called Social Proof. Get connected. It's called Social Proof, and I'm trying to find the gentleman's name. um let's see here. Let's get some information. Welcome to the home of the number one entrepreneurship podcast for entrepreneurs, the Social Proof Podcast. Host conversations with some of the greatest minds in the world. I'm reading the information here. It says you'll learn from people who have made anywhere from six figures with clothing brands and photography companies to true outliers who've built millions, billions of umpires, $1 billion umpires. So, what is the gentleman's name? Um, he has a podcast called Joining Me Up. But Donnie Wiggins, full transparency. She has a group called a Actionable CEO. Because I'm a CEO, I'm definitely connected to it, and I have been winning ever since. And um, I recommend that you all do that too. If you are entrepreneurs, if you think about being an entrepreneur, get connected. Also, I want to connect you to a special home girl of mine, my friend, Dr. LaShonda Lucas. She has a wonderful book that she's a therapist, and she was my therapist as well. She is my therapist, but she's a friend. She's more so a friend now. And she has a book called Unpack Your SHIT. And well, and SHIT stands for shame, hurt, insecurities, and thoughts. And this workbook is a 4-month workbook that helps you to unpack that trauma as well that's hidden in you, that comes out in different ways that you may not know. And I'm going to tell you, on your healing journey, you're going to need healing in different areas of your life. Why? Because when you go through trauma, it bothers your nervous system. Your nervous system, it messes with your health, your mind, your spirit. So I recommend getting grounded with God. I recommend getting grounded in your career field. I recommend getting grounded with a therapist, a coach, all the things. If you cannot afford that, get somewhere where you can get free, okay? And here on my channel, I give you what life experiences, what I can, because I have survived a domestic violence relationship. I have also went through molestation. I survived that, healed through that. I also have healed through making bad decisions growing up, making horrible bad decisions because I was unhealed, abandonment, because I wasn't raised as my full childhood. I was not raised with my parents, and that caused me to have abandonment issues. Being molested as a child also caused me to have other issues as well. And you don't really know that you're in a state of emergency until you actually are in a true state of emergency. And I was in a real, true state of emergency when I was in a marriage that I chose to be in because I did not know my value. I wasn't taught certain things, and I thought that because I was married, that's what I was supposed to do. But when you heal, you know better, you do better, you learn better, you help people so that way they won't have to go through the mess you went through for so long. And if you have already done so, your girl is here to tell you that it is okay. You did the best that you could do. You made the best decision that you thought you could. You made the best decision at the moment that you could. And I'm here to give grace. God gives grace every day. So who am I to judge anyone? You know what I'm saying? And stay tuned to the next episode. The next episode is gonna be real tough, but I'm gonna let you know. Healing is forgiving. Forgiving is healing. Ooh, mm. I'm getting chills right now just to even tell you about that. It took some time, but it took some real ugly tears. It took some vulnerable moments. It took God. And I'm going to tell you, the Bible tells us to guard our hearts, and I'm going to get into it next time. And like I said, I'm coming during the week. I'm going to see you all more. I'm so excited, guys. I am going to be with you all more because I want to help you grow and I want to be available with you, to you, in the pace that you want to grow in. Okay? So join me next time, y'all, on building after trauma, and the next episode is going to be forgiving is healing. See you all later. Love you, family. Bye. Hmm. Oh.